searching for the afterlife. To know, not to know. I don't wanna spend another moment searching for the afterlife. To know, not to know. In the still a secret. When I try to reach it, I can't seem to find it. In the still a secret. When I try to reach it, I can't seem to find it.
Come on, tough guy.
Sons of Scotland, I am William Wallace, and I see a whole army of my countrymen, but they'll never take our freedom!
And welcome to a special Labor Day podcast. How are you doing, brother?
Good to be here today. Labor Day, I guess that was your mom, actually, right?
Yep.
So it was your birthday.
Long time ago.
You're not a big birthday guy, but we've got a great podcast today. There was the Will Duffy final debate. I guess he's quit his channel, right?
Yeah, I guess that's it for the Duff Master. And that's great. Yeah, because he's been horrible. He's been just fully against the truth the whole way, just pushing narratives. I mean, it's a Vatican-backed narrative. He's going with the spinning space ball that the Vatican came up with like in the 1600s, and he's sticking with it, but he says that he's not going to be doing anything anymore, so good riddance, right?
Yeah, I mean, the truth doesn't retire. It doesn't quit. We keep going. Will wants to give up and quit. That's his choice. We're going to keep on going. And we're looking forward to actually stepping up the content, getting back into maybe some video creation this fall, as well as the 3-part debate series we're going to be bringing forth tonight for the audience. This is going to be epic, the debate of all debates. We were hoping that it would actually be today, but we're not ready. I guess we've got things. We've been pretty busy with what we've got to take care of on our personal things that we do. We don't take donations here. We don't sell T-shirts. We don't have super chats. We're just passionate about the truth. This is our hobby. This is what we love to do, and I'm really looking forward to the debate. And there was well, so let's talk about the final debate, Jason. Let's have a quick, what did you feel? How did you think of it?
Yeah, so I mean, it was of course Duffy had to throw a spin in on it where it was all of a sudden the rules were actually announced like when he went live, where he was going to be asking one question to a flat earther, and then you had to respond to that, and then you were supposed to say why Earth's flat without using the word globe at all, and then he would allow a person to possibly debunk one of his so-called experiments. And so the whole thing was a rigged game set up by design to cut as many people out of the conversation and limit actual debate. So nobody got to actually debate him. It was a rigged show. And so you, myself, and then 2 others from Team Yahawashai, we had Bronick and Jerry show up, and they did great. We'll be going through and covering that stuff, but yeah, it was so not a debate. It was ridiculous. So to call it the final debate is the total absurdity.
Well, it basically carries on with the theme that everything that Will Duffy's done has been a lie, has been false, right from the fact that it wasn't the final experiment. It wasn't even an experiment, including the final debate, which wasn't a debate. It was a Will Duffy, podcast where he asked people to come on and then, like you had said, set up 3 sections of debate, and he broke his own rules. So even if you referenced any curvature or even if you didn't use the word ball, he still kicked you out. So it was good to see it continued to follow the pattern of what Will Duffy has shown the world and creation. He's given his witness time and time again that he wants to support the Big Bang heliocentric cosmology created by the Vatican and the Jesuits, and that's what he's going to do. So he did his final debate. He did his farewell stream. I tried to join. We were busy again. We've been super busy. They've been jamming all this stuff in. And I was on the elliptical machine at the gym, and I tried to join. Michael Ryan, we're going to find out his name, hopefully. McToon was on, and I was there just working out, trying to get on because he was stating a bunch of fallacies again. That's all they've done on that side is lie, create strawmans. If you're a powerful person, you don't have to dictate and create your entire strategy around fallacies and strawmans. You should have the truth on your side. So I'm really looking forward to these next few months. We're moving into the fall season this year of 2025. Hopefully the Great Tribulation starts, right, Jay? But we're set up. We're going to hopefully be debating around, we'd like the 21st. No. Yeah, the 21st of this month.
We said the 21st would be the earliest we'd be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if it ends up being the 21st. But it should be sometime within a week of the 21st, I would assume.
So yeah, we're going to be, pushing forward, releasing new content. We're definitely going to be going through all 12 of Will Duffy's observations. And there's going to be a debate between Jason, myself against Michael, Ryan, I don't know his name, McToon against, and he's going to pair with Fight for the Fat Earth. That's Craig McNeil. I believe that's his name. And so we're going to have a debate. They're going to choose the moderator. We're going to get into all that, right? This is just, we're giving everybody the quick ups for what's on the horizon, just beyond the vanishing point. I'm really looking forward to that. It's been crazy weather here in Texas. It's been up to 117 the last few days
with the heat index. Yeah, it's been steamy,
just insane. Like if you love the heat, it's just been beautiful weather, and we got some rain and everything's looking green and nice. I'm really looking forward to this fall. So we're also going to be discussing tonight the Exodus Road charity that Doofus chose. Again, victim mentality, trying to shame flat earthers. Either you join the debate or you don't care about trafficked women and children. And then hiding behind that, he hid behind that. He used his strategy and his tactics were very, very snaky. I mean, he might be the come from the brood of all brood of vipers. This guy, it's just unbelievable. The tactics that he employed. I really enjoyed it, Jason, and I was glad to see Bronick show up. Bronick did really well, and so did Jerry. It was nice to hear their takes and their answers. Jerry had some pretty hard questions because Will obviously allowed Jerry to go on for a while trying to shame him, and it was nice to see some people. Now I know YD joined, and because she wasn't on camera, Will wouldn't bring her on stage. Again, everything that Will set up was a set of safeguards. Basically, when you bowl, you put up the gutter rails so that you'd never have a gutter ball. Will literally put up the gutter rails for the entire debate. And it's sad because you're hiding behind tactics and fallacies and strategies, and you don't just have the truth. It shows that you're weak. And I'm really, really looking forward to getting into this upcoming debate with Fight for the Fat Earth, and Craig or Michael. We see, this is the thing. How can this McToon guy, Jason, how could he is an alias? His name surely isn't Michael Toon. Okay. There's nobody that lives in Minnesota. There's no way his name was Michael Toon. And isn't his entire spiel, his art and everything, about Tron? Isn't that a virtual reality game show movie?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's so what is that term again? That's
stolen concept fallacy.
stolen concept fallacy. So it gets used so much. People will say, yeah, NPCs and realm and reference the Matrix and being red pilled, blue pilled, and all that kind of stuff. And that's all virtual reality talk. So the people that say that they're on a spinning spaceball, you can't co-opt the things that apply to a virtual reality unless if you're going to accept that you're in a virtual reality. So
yeah.
Wash that NPC talk out of your mouth.
Well, and the other common thing that we keep seeing and we keep hearing is that, oh, you guys think it's a virtual reality, so nothing's real. It's like the only argument that they have. And I mean, when you go inside Meta, you put the VR set on and you're talking with somebody, is that a video game? Is it a simulation, or are you interacting in a virtual way? Because that's what we're saying that creation is. And obviously it had a creator. You don't have a virtual reality pop into existence. Although Craig and Michael, Ryan, whatever their name is, his name is, they have to believe that everything popped into existence from nothing, right? They believe the Big Bang was the creator. Will Duffy will tell you that the first day and night was the earth spinning, going completely against all the scriptures that state the earth is fixed and immovable. So, like I said, the entire thing that you're going to get from this TFE community is shaming, psychological warfare tactics, very demonic, very brutal, viperish. And I'm excited to continue to take this challenge up. Did you want to get into some of the content, Jason?
Yeah. We are going to be going through the Exodus Roads tax documents, and we're going to be pointing out some things why this really looks like a shady charity that Will Duffy was promoting.
I mean, Starbucks, right?
Yeah. And yeah, we'll be going through the emails that I've been corresponding with Craig of Fight the Fat Earth. And
for the Fat Earth. Fight
for
the Fat Earth.
And then we're going to go through the parts that we were in, and Bronick and Jerry's part of the debate. So
yeah. Do
you want to start with the Exodus Road?
Yeah, absolutely. So as Jason's bringing it on screen here, I was shocked, to hear that. So people can just get a 501c3 and all you need to do is do the paperwork, right? Pay somebody who's able to categorize and fill out these forms. You don't need to have an office. You don't need to have evidence or proof that you've actually done anything, and you can actually make millions of dollars. Is that correct? What I'm looking at seems like a scam, like a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, it's sketchy.
So this is the charity that Will Duffy from The Final Experiment, who took everybody to the Antarctic region, he had a debate and he shamed flat earthers. He said, if you don't come, then you don't care about taking care of women and children who are being trafficked. So he decided to donate to this charity 501c3 group called the Exodus Road, and it all tied into his symbolic language that he was saying. This is the, Jaron Campanella, Patricia Steer, Exodus, Robbie Davidson, who was a Bitcoin scam artist, Jaron Campanella, Bitcoin scam artist. Pat Steer, what did she get? She got a brand new, was it Mercedes? Or was it BMW?
That's what they were saying, yeah.
Got her brand new Mercedes. Jaron got his new house. Robbie Davidson, we don't even know what he's got, but so this is the charity that they chose. Will supposedly wrote a check for $10,000 just because he was such a good man and he wanted to help shine the light on trafficking, human trafficking.
So here's where their money went. To Brazil, they gave $126,000. To India, $87,000. To Latin America, that's so unspecific, $242,000. To the Philippines, 200,000, and to Thailand, 476,000. So they gave out a total of $1,140,000.
Did you say Thailand?
Yeah. No, yeah,
Oh,
Thailand.
so Latin America, the Philippines, India, Brazil. This is, I guess, this is where they're rescuing human trafficking. None of those say the USA, right?
No, none of their money gets spent here except for their expenses.
Okay.
And their expenses are high. So let's go back up to the top here. And I want to point out right at the very top, something super important. That the Exodus Road is nothing but a P.O. box. Right? P.O. Box 64063, Colorado Springs. The principal officer is a P.O. box. So they literally do not have an office, a building. It's just a post office box. And so they brought in $3,666,000.
Come on, how do you get that number? 363, 3 sixes, and then 361 again. So they've got 3 sixes, then 3 sixes, then 3 6. So they literally have 3 6s. How do you do that? Is that by chance?
Yeah. So with bringing in that amount of money, their money out. We looked at it already. We saw the breakdowns. They only gave out $1 million out of the 3,666,000 that they took in. And look at this. They have in salaries, $1,112,000. They spent $101,000 on fundraising, and they were able to raise $15,000. Right, so $101,000 they spent to have a professional fundraiser raise them $15,000. What does that make any sense to anyone? So we've got, let's take a look at these expenses here. So this is the amount of hours that these people work. Ted, a board chair, works 5 hours a week. Nate, the treasurer, works 1 hour a week. All these people just work 1 hour. And then we get down here to the VP of Global, this Preston Goff. I guess that's the guy that Will met up with, but $123,000, $125,000, $104,000 in those listed salaries right there.
So Preston grew up his whole life, and now he's become a human trafficking global VP of an Exodus Road 501c3 charity organization. That's his job, his title, full time.
Yeah. And so here's from their fundraising. They raised $15,000. They get $324,000 from the government, and then I guess their website brings in $3,325,000. Wow,
that's a lot. They just have the one video, right?
That's that one video. So once again, this is showing the money that they spent. This adds up to about $1 million that they sent to those other countries. But take a look at these salaries. So we've got $287,000 that's compensation to the officers, directors, trustees, key employees, other salaries and wages, 712,000. So remember, we're getting over like $1 million in salaries. They've got pension plans, they've got other employee benefits. Then you got to pay the payroll taxes on that. Spent $101,000 on fundraising, and then you get like $376,000 that's just a conglomeration. They spent office expenses. They don't even have an office. They have a PO box. So apparently their PO box costs $47,000. Information technology, $175,000. Occupancy, I guess they occupy the PO box. Travel, $146,000 on travel. So you get all these expenses. They spent like $3.6 million, but only a million of it supposedly went to trafficking.
Wow, lucrative business to be in.
Yeah, so that PO box, check this out. Let's go to that's not what I wanted. Oh, I had to bring this window over, so let me hide that one. And let's go to Will.
There he is at the Starbucks with Preston.
Yeah, let's watch him.
It's pretty creepy.
Let's watch him come in here.
Driving his Tesla, trying to trigger everybody, right? Not driving, talking. You still have to look at the road, or apparently, it won't drive.
From the final debate. So once they...
So he's parked out here in front of the Starbucks, and
said yes to that.
There was a Bank
of
Colorado
gracious to make
over
a video
here
for me that I put on the wing. So it's based on road. Annie to only the road.
And he turns in here
Because super exciting. So the Exodus Road. So happy to deliver this check to them right now.
To where?
And it's also cool because
yeah,
it's
so I thought maybe he's going to the Bank of Colorado, but
and I don't think
there's the Bank of Colorado.
Like, ask them how, and you will see that they were a part of, and what
there's a gas station across the street over there
when they were in the community. You just can't see it until you're out. So anyway,
blah blah blah.
We are
blah,
here.
That rings true for liars and disinformation and cults. Yes, I agree with Will.
So he drives around the building a couple times, and then he gets out, and this is
Starbucks.
How are you?
Starbucks.
Great to meet you.
So he drove down to deliver a check to this guy at a Starbucks because they don't have an office. There's no office to take him to, right?
That's crazy.
Here's that Starbucks. Over here is the gas station across the street. Behind here is the Bank of Colorado, and gave him a $10,000 check standing underneath that awning right there at that Starbucks.
He got a hat, right? He got his hat.
He did get a hat. Yeah.
Helping to stop human trafficking. Like I said, sometimes I wonder when you do the research on predators, what you generally find is that predators flock to the areas where they're actually able to have their prey. So abusers will become priests or work at the, what is it called, Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts. This is generally what we see. So it would ring true that somebody that was pretending or saying they're out to actually stop human trafficking are actually involved in it. Now, this is just what I'm saying that research shows. I'm not implicating the Exodus Road as human traffickers, but what I'm seeing doesn't really add up to something that looks reputable in any shape or way. But this was the company he chose to shame people who think that the earth isn't a sphere.
Yeah, this charity is so sketchy. At worst, they just mishandle money and waste it. Like to have only 1/3 of the money that you bring in go to help people and everything else is overhead and
It's crazy.
and expenses. That's ridiculous. That's insane.
Giving him the check, right? Nor did he show us the check. Like, all this is just crazy. I'm sure this is some guy named Preston, and he actually works with the quote unquote Exodus Road. So I'm not trying to deny that.
No. So should we take a song break and then
get into part two?
We'll show everybody what we're doing debate wise.
Okay, let's do it.
I just wanna stay in the sun where I find. I know it's hard sometimes. Pieces of peace in the sun's peace of mind. I know it's hard sometimes. Yeah, I think about the end just way too much. But it's fun to fantasize on my enemies. I wouldn't wish who I was. But it's fun to fantasize. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I die for you, that's easy to say. We have a list of people that we would take. A bullet for them, a bullet for you, a bullet for everybody in this room. But I don't seem to see many bullets coming through. See many bullets coming through. Metaphorically, I'm the man, but literally, I don't know what I'd do. I'd live for you, and that's hard to do. Even harder to say when you know it's not true. Even harder to write when you know that they're not doing. People back home will try talking to you, and then you ignore them still. All these questions that for real, like who would you live for? Who would you die for? And would you ever kill? I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I've been thinking too much. 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 Help me. I've been thinking too much. 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time. Taking my time on my ride. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me.
We are back.
Oh, my camera. It should be on.
There you are.
Oh, whoa. And we are back, always with the brand new music. Hopefully everyone enjoyed that one. Ride. That was performed by Arrows in Action. Always trying to bring out that versatile sound style here live on the Awake Souls YouTube channel. Not only do we fight for truth, we also bring out brand new music. But brother, let's get back into this. You've got your email up here, looking under the hood. What has gone on since we were last live?
Yeah, so this email I sent 6 days ago to Craig because of something that I was hearing him say, and he was saying that he's contacted us, and that we've been ignoring him for a debate, that he's been hounding us for years for a debate. And I'm sitting here going, I've never received a message from this guy ever. And so I was triggered and sent him an email saying, show me where you've emailed me. I searched my email for you. This is the only thing that came up. Are you Jeff? So I sent him a screenshot, and that screenshot is me doing a search in Gmail, Fight the Flat Earth. This is his email address. And the only thing that came up was this Jeff guy. This had to do with the debate against T-Jump, right? So I asked him, are you Jeff or something? Because there was no other emails here.
So that was T-Jump's receptionist. We actually debated against other characters. So
yeah, and it turns out that Craig's got a receptionist as well, or a secretary, or whatever
crazy
you want to call it. So he doesn't do his own emails. So after I sent that to him, this was at 8:12 at night. Be a big man, just agree to debate. What is be a big man, just agree to debate? I be logical my ass off at your Oakley parodying of its measured flat. So I mean, the guy can't even write. This is completely unintelligible, and he's just telling me, be a big man, agreed to a debate. Well, I've been challenging you for 5 years. You a coward, and you're gonna man up. I've contacted a neutral channel. This was at 8:54, all right, that same night. And then, no response at 3:21 a.m. Like, I didn't see any of these emails coming in. And then he says, hello, I was reliably informed how you will crush me in a debate. So I mean, he's just in debate, crush me in debate. And so he's just spamming at me.
Middle of the night.
Yeah. And so then I responded to him, Craig, let's get one thing straight. You've lied about me from the start. You claimed you emailed me years ago begging for a debate. I searched my inbox, proved you never once contacted me, and even sent you the screenshot showing that you fabricated the whole story. That alone exposes your desperation and dishonesty. Now you finally managed to send an email, and you're stomping your feet demanding a debate on your terms. That's not how this works. You don't get to rewrite history, and you don't get to dictate the rules. Here are the terms, non-negotiable. Channel. The debate will be on my channel, Awake Souls. Both you and McToon have already said publicly you would debate me, us, there. We're holding you to your own words. Format, 2v2, myself and the Limitless channel versus you and McToon. McToon must be included. Moderator, you can pick whoever you want. I don't care if it's your best friend, your pastor, or your barber. The rules of the debate must be agreed upon, and the moderator must uphold the rules agreed upon. Earliest date, September 21st. If you want this debate, show up. If you refuse, that's on you, and everyone will see it for what it is. Cowardice and more empty posturing. Stop lying, stop pretending, accept the terms, or admit to your audience that you were never serious in the first place. And his response to that, cry more. I'm going to ruin you on your own channel. I'm going to use NTSB flight data and make you look as retarded as you are. Maybe it was some other way I contacted you. We both know you've been hiding from me and publicly saying you won't debate. Good boy for sacking up. I see you changes your tune about doing it on my channel, even a neutral one. Yeah.
So I said, I'll fight you anywhere. We'll debate you anywhere, anytime. Jason said, no, we're going to do this on my channel. Right? There's two of us, right? Two different people. And fight for the flat earth. He doesn't figure it out. They just think it's just one person, and that's maybe he's been challenging me, but I didn't have any information for him either. So, I mean, we didn't get any challenges from him.
Well, it's obvious now why he would have a secretary or receptionist, because he doesn't know how to write. Right? I see you changes your tune about. I never tried
Sounds
to
like
dictate
Q.
anything. Just give you options. I'll be dunking on you all weekend. Feel free to sack up, join. I'll send a link.
So now he's discombobulated and he's trying to send you a link to his live stream where he's trying to get people to give him money. He thinks you're gonna jump on there and help him raise money from spaceball cult members.
But I accept all your cowardly conditions. Remember, you're not stupid because you're a flat earther. You're a flat earther because you're stupid. Stupidity is not a right. Fight the fat earth.
Fight for the fat earth.
Yeah.
Fight for the fat earth. That's what the spaceballers do.
So my response to him, Craig, you've accused me of avoiding a debate, but the facts speak for themselves. I searched my email history and proved you never contacted me before now, despite your claims. That's a direct, bold-faced lie on your part, and I won't let it slide. It is not crying to point out the reason why you've never been considered a legitimate debate opponent. Now that you've finally reached out, here are the fair terms for debate.
So let's slow this down.
Well,
so
channel and host.
This is the way that we've come up with the fairest way, where we limit the ability of either side to do anything but other than stick to facts.
Debate must be hosted on the Awake Souls YouTube channel. The debate remains published in full on Awake Souls. Restreaming, mirroring permitted.
So let me just elaborate a little bit on that point.
Sure.
What we're saying is, because I emailed, the instantaneous choice was modern day debates. Craig called his friend up that he's done hundreds of debates, maybe thousands. And we hope that they do also choose them as the moderator, and that everybody involved is able to broadcast this to their own channels so that it could be live on Michael/Ryan Toon's channel. It can be live on Fight for the Fat Earth, Craig McNeil's channel. So it can be live on the Modern Day Debates channel and live on the Awake Souls YouTube channel. So that's what we're hoping for, just to make sure that people understand the fine minutia of the details, as we want this broadcasted as far and as loud and as strongly as possibly can. So we're now getting into the details of the first debate.
Yeah, the teams. Team Yahawashai, you and I, and Team Spaceballs. Fight for the fat earth, Craig plus McToon. Moderator, chosen by Craig McToon. We don't care who the moderator is as long as they follow the rules that we're establishing here.
Yeah,
right?
They're going to have to. Let's continue on.
Responsibilities, strict enforcement of agreed upon rules. Moderator is not allowed to express any bias either way, and if the moderator breaks any of the rules, it is a forfeit from Team Spaceballs because they selected the moderator.
So they're the ones who are choosing the moderator. All right. If I had my choice, I'd probably choose Owen Benjamin, just to throw out a name, would be an interesting moderator, who, if we choose, has to follow these strict rules as well, or we forfeit the debate. So if the moderator breaks any of the rules, allows anybody to mock or ridicule or speak over or any of the things that they're enforcing, all of the strict time limits is what they're there to do. If they break these rules, it's Team Spaceballs' loss.
Debate length and format. So this is when I tried to put together a debate format that would allow us to do everything in one debate. It just didn't work out. Not when you've got four debaters. So if everybody gets equal time, it was just going to be too long. So the target length is 2 to 2.5 hours per debate. Debates that cross the 3-hour mark lose the attention of the audience. So the structure is opening statements, the moderator introduction and rules explanation. We've got 4 minutes for that. 2 minutes for each debater. That's 8 minutes. So 12 minutes go in the beginning, and then the debunk rebuttals. So with 12 so-called experiments in teams of 2, Ron and Jason each get 5 minutes to debunk 6 of the 12 experiments, and Craig and McToon each get 5 minutes to rebuttal 6 of the 12 experiments. That's 10 minutes for each one of these so-called experiments.
Let's stop here.
120 minutes is 2 hours.
Let's break it down a little deeper. So there are 12 quote-unquote experiments that Will Duffy did with his final experiment, and Michael/Ryan/ we don't know his name yet, Toon, was involved in creating the experiments, and he himself was the actual person that did them with Dave McKeegan and Creaky, or no, not Creaky. What was his name? Critical Think? Was it Critical Think? I can't remember, but we'll definitely be referencing it in the debate. Sorry if I forgot your name. You did the weight observation. So what we're going to be doing is each team, there's 12 observations/experiments. 6 of them I'm going to present, and 6 of them Jason are going to present, and 6 of them MC Toon is going to answer to, and 6 of them Craig McNeil has to answer to. So in the first debate that we've scheduled, it's not going to be an open debate. We're going to get to those sections, but this is the criteria. It's specifically about the 12 experiments.
Yeah, so open discussion. There's going to be no open discussion. The audience Q&A questions,
None.
There's no time for it.
No. They can do super chats following the end of the debate on their own respective channels. That's why we've asked Michael/Ryan/MC Toon character restream it. Craig McNeil for Fight for the Fat Earth, you restream it. Whoever the moderator is that they choose, that they restream it, right? And as long as they follow the rules, then it's going to be a great debate. We're going to keep it within the total time of 2 hours and 24 minutes. So we're going to try to have the maximum amount of audience retention. Like, this is going to be viewed by everybody in all of creation. Right from the beginning of time up until today, all of the heavenly beings, everything is going to be here for it. All the earthly people who are here that are interested in this. It's going to be this is part 1, right? This is going to be the most epic debate of all time.
Yeah, closing statements for each of the 4 people, 12 minutes. So there you've got to, if everything runs perfectly, it's still 2.5 hours.
It's a while.
So this ensures debate stays focused and doesn't sprawl into a 3 to 5 hour circus,
which is just nonsense. And then what happens is the actual arguments get washed out with, rapid fire type situations.
So, series requirement. The 12 experiments cannot be covered in one debate, must be split into at least 2 debates, likely 3 plus. So debate number 1 is debunking the 12 final experiments and team Spaceballs rebuttals.
That's what we're proposing would be on the 21st, Sunday of September.
Yeah, so we go through, we get our 5 minutes to debunk those 12 so-called experiments. They get their 5 minutes to say that, no, they really are experiments.
Yeah, you guys are wrong.
Debate 2. So this one is the SBVR explanations for the same 12 and team Spaceballs rebuttals.
So now we present how the observations that they took match our model of reality, the stereographic biblical virtual one.
And then they get to say, And then debate 3, hopefully we get to this.
It's the big one.
Yeah, debating heliocentrism versus virtual reality.
That's a big one. That's a big one. This is where we're headed, right? This is the big one we're leading up to. The first ones are just, you'll see.
Conduct. No interruptions or speaking over each other. Moderator must take away the violator's next rebuttal presentation time for violation of the rules.
So if I'm presenting one of my 6 of the observations and Craig or Brian Michael guy, if they interrupt us, if they say anything, they violate that rule, they then forfeit their 5 minutes to rebut whatever it is that I'm saying. And vice versa. It also applies to us.
Yeah. No personal attacks, no swearing, no ad hominems, critique arguments only.
Straight facts.
3 violations of any kind result in immediate forfeit of the debate.
So here's another rule that's being added to the debate that you don't see in all these, 4-hour, 3.5-hour marathon debates. If you violate the rules 3 times, you're done. That's it. You've shown to the world that you're not capable of actually articulating yourself concisely through proper, fair debate, and you forfeit. So if they want to forfeit, they're going to swear ad hominem. They're going to, make personal attacks. They're going to try everything they're going to do, but they only get 3, right? And the first one they do, they lose their opportunity to rebuttal. The second one, they lose their opportunity to rebuttal. And the third one, it's over. Virtual reality, SBVR wins. It's basic. It's simple, everybody.
Yeah, we're all about fairness. And so the fairness clause is this format guarantees both sides equal time. All right. It's just makes sense. We get 5 minutes to present our evidence. You get 5 minutes to rebuttal against it. Equal time to everybody. Refusal to accept multiple debates equals admission of wanting sound bites, not substance.
Yeah, so having it broken into 3 specific debates in their own time, their own form, truly allows each topic to have its full potential. It raises it up and gives it its full, everybody's ability to view what the topic is, what we're saying slowly, to be able to conceptualize, to understand. It needs to be broken into 3 separate dates where you can have the 3. And everybody in the audience, you are the ones who are going to decide as to who won the debate. It's not going to be a chat poll. It's not going to be an echo chamber thing. It's going to be the observer that's not involved on either side, that tunes in, that sees the information and chooses for themselves which version of reality they think best describes the reality that you find yourselves in.
So if you're serious about this debate, you'll accept these terms. Any attempt to spin this as evidence is false, is avoidance. Any attempt to spin this as avoidance is false. We are not running from you. We are setting the stage for a fair, open, public debate.
Yeah.
We need to get McToon's acceptance to be a part of the debate, and he needs to agree to the rules as well. We are ready for the debate as soon as September 21st, 2025. Let us know if that works. The spaceball is in your court.
So you said that, and then it was a while. We didn't get a response, right? I think.
Yeah, well, he hasn't responded yet.
But his secretary did, right? Or no, he did live. We went there and live his secretary was letting him know, and he said yes, him and McToon have accepted the rules.
Yeah, this was sent on the 29th, but so he's got his Emily is his secretary, I guess. And
spam folder.
Yeah. So Craig said he emailed you back. Is it possible it ended up in your spam folder? No. Checked
Mike.
everything.
Oh, we know Mike from the Drunk Debunked. Okay, that's who they want to use.
Mike from the Drunk Debunk.
Good.
And but Emily is saying Craig and McToon agreed to the terms.
Yes, that's great. That is such a great thing to see. Yes. So the side note is that you joined Michael McToon. His name's not even Michael. Maybe 7 years ago, 6 years ago, in a ridiculous debate where he clown shooed, mocked misdirected.
He just lied back-to-back sentences. It's just like straight contradictions.
Misinterpreted your model of reality. Just walk. Just tried to do whatever type of mind control. So we've been waiting for almost a decade now, three quarters of a decade, to actually have this debate. And what we've been waiting on is for them to make their move. So when you're in a game of chess, you have to wait until the opponent moves his piece so that you're able to then make your move. So we've been patiently waiting for the people that believe in the sphere Earth since this flat versus globe debate started, to make their move, to do their experiment. Now, obviously, the experiment that we would do, that they won't let us do, is a 3-mile water level experiment above sea level to show that 3 feet on one side or 8 feet on one side up a post, you're going to have 8 feet on the other side up the same post, okay, above sea level. That you can stretch that out 3 miles, 6 miles, 10 miles. That's our evidence that the Earth is flat. They've gone now to Antarctica to film the sun that doesn't set, and they're using that to create 12 observations. Their move was to say that these 12 observations only work on a spaceball Earth reality, right? And they excluded everyone from the debate except for the single pole pressurized pizza dough model that Jason and I debunked before they even had YouTube channels, any of them. Michael or McToon or Ryan or whatever his name is from Minnesota, his channel was given to him by another YouTuber who had a large following. So he didn't even have to earn the audience. It was just handed to him. And so they've done their move. They've gone and they've done some observations, which is great. We're happy that they did. And they've created what they think is the top debate experiments to prove their version of reality. And so we're going to have this debate. First one is going to be about exposing how every one of their observations were simply observations. We're going to get detailed into what they are, what they were, how they don't actually work in the model of reality that they're the ones out here pushing, that they live on a space ball. We're going to go through it methodically. And then in the second part, we're going to show you how those observations actually match a virtual reality that's fixed and flat. And then in the third part, we're going to dive deep into creation itself. We are going to have a debate of, is it the Vatican's version of heliocentrism in one hand and the stereographic biblical founded virtual reality? We're going to have those two out on for all to see, held up, and it's going to be great, Jason. I'm really looking forward to it. I really like the way you've put this together. Craig lying, saying that we're scared and you've been running from him. Before we even started, he lied. So the next topic for today, we're going to be talking about Will Duffy and how he created this quote unquote debate that wasn't a debate. Nobody got an introduction. They were just ridiculed, mocked every way that he could. We're going to be getting into his final debate. Jason and I, your part, he switched the sound. He was playing the sound through his cell phone. And finally, after he did his whole intro with the bad mic, he switched. And when he switched it, he knocked the speaker onto his cell phone. So we had to hear Jason through his cell phone, through his mic. Right. So after that happened, it took him, I don't know, 10 minutes to figure out how to actually get the sound set up. And then he kept messing with your sound, right? Mocked you, completely went against everything that we would possibly think was a debate, right? And you were the first person to join. Do you want to let everybody know as to why it was that you joined first, or if you had something else on your mind that you wanted to bring up?
I was thinking that maybe we'd do a song break, and then when we come back, we'll round out the podcast by going through those sections of Duffy's fake debate.
Let's go.
We are back. It was a good song.
Yeah, that had a good flow to it. We've got some great music tonight. I'm always grateful for the small yet powerful team that we have. Like I said, we don't just like to, go through information and stuff. We do like to bring out new music. We're music passionate people. That's what we love, and that's why we're here, right? So we're gonna get into the final debate. Here it is, and it's funny. He on the screen, you've got the AE map pressurized pizza dome model.
Yeah, waiting for flat earther. This does not represent me.
That he denies. He called it marketing, right? He said, "Oh, you have a problem with my marketing," right? So, and his marketing was that Earth is either a sphere or the pressurized single pole pizza dome. And we've been saying for almost a decade that you have to have two poles to represent reality. And if you try to argue reality with a single pole in the center, you have to give up actual truth to believe in fantasy. So here we go, Jason. It's already, this false dichotomy is already on the screen.
Yep. And you had asked before we went to song break about the strategy of going first.
Yeah.
And so I had thought it through, and when you have a presentation like this and it's going to be over 3 hours long, how many people are going to make it the full 3 hours? Chances are most people are only going to watch the first couple people. So I wanted to be in the first couple people. I didn't know if he would select me first, but I jumped in there right away, and he went with me first. So I don't know. I wasn't nervous at all about joining this debate. I was looking forward to being able to challenge him on a whole bunch of things. So I don't mind being the guinea pig and going first like that. And it also puts me in the first viewing position. So that's the strategy behind it.
That's smart.
So let's check this out.
From the list, we will move on to the next participant. You ready? Let's begin. Okay, I am going to start by adding Awake Souls to the stage.
He chose you first. But hang on.
How?
Let's just point out, Will, you were there, but Will chose you first. Were you the first person to join? You might have been.
I think there was other people in there. I don't know if everybody had their camera on. I was just in there with my camera on waiting.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Will?
Great. What was your name again?
I'm Jason Laufenberg of Awake Souls.
Awesome. Can you quickly introduce yourself and let people know where to find you?
Yeah, let's see. I've got a channel since 2012. I created it because I had already become aware that Earth was a virtual reality. It wasn't until 2014 that I first started hearing about Earth being fixed and stationary Earth. I researched it, found that the globe can be debunked in many different.
He just switched.
That was Will. He just cut me off right there.
Cut the sound.
Yep.
Researched it, found that the globe can be debunked in many different ways, and prepared to debunk it 12 different ways today. And so, to see there's also
you can still hear me, but it's
you're playing through his cell phone.
Okay, we'll get into this.
He's changed his mic now to his regular mic.
We'll get into this.
8 years ago.
We'll get into this. I just wanted to make a quick introduction so that people know where to find you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you a little bit of extra time, and that here's why.
How much time are people being allotted? If this is the final debate, why shouldn't every single person have the ability to debate this in completion?
Okay, so we're trying to raise money for the Exodus Road. So the reason why nobody could come in and properly debate him is because he was rushing to get as many flat earthers in as possible, because he's raising this money for the Exodus Road.
he ends up giving $10,000. Like there was absolutely no need for any flat earthers to show up. It wasn't based on the 10,000 wasn't because that many debaters showed up, right?
We need to get through enough flat earthers to hit our goal, but I'm going to give you a little bit of extra time, and I'm going to tell the audience why. You believe the final experiment is a false dichotomy. I understand where you're coming from, considering the marketing that I used was the AE map. You do not promote the AE map. So I'm going to give you an extra section. Oh, you know what? Hold on one second.
This is where he
They don't
realizes
hear you.
the sound is bad.
Yeah, people don't hear
I don't
you.
know why. So give me 1 second. Why would that?
You look
So-
a little bit despondent.
Okay, they're just saying you're quiet.
And it's amplified all the way, and I know how to run streams, so there's an issue on your end, not mine.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, I mean, you saw when he clicked, he killed my audio.
So what he
Yeah,
did
I'll
at that
repeat.
point was switch his microphone from his cell phone to, I believe he's got a Yeti, I'm just guessing. Yeti on the desk. And his cell phone then became the speaker that you were talking through, that his microphone Yeti that he switched to was now picking up. Whether he did it on purpose or he's just a doofus, I don't know.
He is a doofus.
Speaking to people, and souls was started as a virtual reality. It wasn't
See, in here he's
until
trying to change the
2014,
mic settings,
2015 that I
but
heard about Earth
that's not what the
as
problem
a
is,
fixed
Will.
plane. That's when I started researching. Can anybody hear me?
Barely.
I'm getting some instructions here.
This was bad.
Giving some instructions. So, I mean, this is great that this is his final debate and he has this huge, huge blunder. I
Fail.
don't mind. I don't mind that it shows what an incompetent fool he is to everybody.
Because there's a lot to be said.
Huh? Okay.
Hmm?
Audio input. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Test.
Go ahead and talk again.
No, no
And,
audio.
and then your mic
Unprofessional.
came in so good that he then turned it down again.
Sorry, go
Yeah.
my microphone and not. Okay, 1 second. Okay.
This goes on and on and on.
All right, I just changed something.
Hear me now.
There you go.
Everybody's just saying it's very low.
Okay.
All right,
so-
wonderful. Should we start over?
Yeah, let me do this. Okay, you think that it's a false dichotomy, which I understand because I use.
How can you understand that? You've denied it the whole
Please don't
time.
interrupt me. Thank you. I understand why you think it's a false dichotomy because I used the AE map in the marketing that I did for TFE. But it's actually not a false dichotomy because it's flat Earth versus globe. Now, if you believe you have a flat Earth model that makes more sense than the AE map, I'm going to allow you to bring that forward today. But I would first like you to tell the audience why you don't like the AE map and how you think you've actually already debunked it in the past.
All right. So, I mean, here we've been sharing the SBVR model for the last 8 years. I interviewed him before he went to Antarctica, letting him know we've got this model. Jaron Campanella is telling him they've got a model. Sean G is telling them they've got a model. Everybody knows that we have a model. And he said that there were only 2 models, right? Just the globe and just the pressurized pizza dome. So what he's saying is just lies, lies, lies.
We have videos going back 8 years. Ron Harris going against Jaronism, me going against David Weiss and Jaronism, pointing out that the sunrise sunset angles south of the equator from the fall equinox to the spring equinox were all proof of a 2-pole system and the Earth could not be a single pole. We've been screaming this for the last 8 years. So the reason why Ron and I actually met each other was because we had both not only debunked the spinning spaceball, but we had also debunked the pressurized pizza dome. We know that there's 2 poles, and that's the reason why we set out looking for projections that can actually display two poles. And we found that early in 2017.
You're
So
getting
it's been a very long
quieter
time that we've been
and
sharing
quieter.
Yeah,
stereographic
he's bringing my
projections
mic
of
down.
Earth on a fixed and stationary plane.
Okay, awesome. So just so the audience understands, we're talking here to a flat earther who has said that the AE map has already been debunked by them. And so I appreciate you sharing that. Let me ask you the one question from my list here that I think is going to be very
complete
difficult.
deflection, ignorance, however you want to phrase the term. He didn't respond in any way to you destroying the entire premise of the final experiment.
Yeah, there was no reason to go to Antarctica. We had already just annihilated for 8 years hundreds of different ways to prove that we're not in.
But the point there was that it was a false dichotomy. He excluded any model of reality that was flat that had more than one pole. He said it was only the AE map and model or something that looks similar to that, right? He already has lost the debate. He forfeited the victory because he hid behind a straw man. You just completely undercut everything that the entire final experiment was built on, just alone with you saying roughly 8 years ago that you realized that Earth was flat, but it had two poles that we could see celestially, right? And with a compass, apparently.
Yeah.
So there was no pause. He didn't say, oh, well, I mean, that's interesting that you've said that. He didn't reply to it. All he said was, let's move on now. I'm going to ask you my trick question.
Difficult for any flat earther to answer. And again, I don't know is an okay answer. Okay. Are you aware
he asked you the hardest question.
That the globe model is predicting a total solar eclipse that will be viewable from Disney World on August 12th of 2045? Are you aware of that?
I have looked at the ones out that far, and yes, I've seen that.
Okay, cool. And then before I get to the tough question, do you believe that's going to happen as the globe model predicts?
If you can see my shirt, I've been at all the eclipses in the United States in the
getting
last
quieter and
8
quieter
years.
and
That was
echo.
2 total solar eclipses and 1 partial.
What happened to
I've
your
been to all 3
sound
of
now?
them, and
He's just clicking on.
actually
He's
know
just
the
clicking.
mechanics of eclipses.
If this was a
very
fair
well.
and open and honest
Okay,
debate,
so was
why
that a
is
yes?
Will
You
doing
do
this?
think that
Because he doesn't want anybody to hear me.
And then, so is that a yes? And then he goes to this nonsense response.
eclipse will happen at that location on that date?
Yes, they are very predictable.
Okay,
Can't even
awesome.
hear
So
you.
here's the question that I think is going to be nearly impossible for you to answer. How do we know there will be a total solar eclipse viewable from Disney World on August 12th of 2045?
So,
because there's specific timetables that are involved,
Solar
and that
cycle.
through the use of 3D
correct.
modeling like Stellarium and SunCalc and MoonCalc and timeanddate.com, that we can actually find the places where there's an overlap for the viewer of the sun and moon, where there's a position where they do eclipse each other, and that is all proven from a stereographic plane, fixed and stationary plane. We have the models that do it to 100th of a degree per second.
Okay, so just so you know that prediction is based on spherical geometry. Were you aware of that?
No, it's not.
No,
Yes,
all
it is.
measurements are taken from a plane. The only way you can get an angle elevation is from a flat baseline.
Hold on. I can't let you go off topic. We're not talking about elevation angles. We're talking about...
We're not talking about elevation angles. If you're going to measure a luminary in the sky, you've got 2 measurements that you can take. You can do an azimuth and an altitude. That's it. Those are the 2 things that'll tell you where anything in the sky is. You need your compass heading and you need an elevation angle. And the elevation angle comes from a flat plane, right? You have to have leveled your instrument that you're measuring with. And so he's like saying that I'm going off topic. Elevation angles are how you measure luminaries. Get out of here.
predicting a total solar eclipse in 2045. They do that by using spherical models, and that's how we know it will be visible from Disney World.
No, you're making a huge error. In fact, it's probably intentional right here. All elevation angles for the sun and moon are taken from a flat plane, and that's what you need to know in order to see the overlap of the sun and moon as far as an eclipse would take place in the sky.
Elevation angles have absolutely nothing to do with an eclipse prediction.
No.
Get out of here. I mean, he's just going to say that it just magically happens in the sky and there's no measurements.
That's what Ryan typed to him, right?
No measurements.
Zero.
Do you understand how to locate any luminary? You need an azimuth and an altitude. Where does the altitude come from?
We're talking about a total solar eclipse viewable from Disney World.
We're talking about how it's measured.
In 2045.
What are the measurements that you use?
There's no measurements for this. It's okay. You don't have an answer.
Measurements. They don't have measurements.
No measurements.
There are no measurements for this.
So are the measurements for this? Because
we're moving on.
Elevation angles come from a flat plane.
It has nothing to do with elevation angles. So hopefully the audience knows that. Okay, so now is your time to shine. You now get to present your model.
All right. So tell me when I'm presented.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna.
So how this isn't part of his debate. This isn't.
No. This section right here is. He says present your model.
Why? That wasn't part of his 3-part debate rule.
No.
So he's giving you this extra.
Yep. Let me know when you share your screen.
It is. So this is, let me make this full view so that everybody can read this. Get that nice and big.
By the way,
because this is supposedly a debate, I should get a introduction. Is that correct?
No. So you need to be concise, and you need to make a case that we live on a flat Earth. We need to get through a bunch of flat earthers so that we can raise enough money for the Exodus Road. So now is your time to give evidence that we live on a flat Earth. Nothing else. Go for it.
No, what? This is about debunking your 12 experiments.
Craziest. We're here to collect money to donate to the Exodus Road, and now is your chance to present your model. Go. I mean, that was the...
No, but he switched it. Now it's not presenting the model. Now it's proving that we're on a flat Earth without saying the word globe.
Oh,
right? He just did that right here.
Enough money for the Exodus Road. So now is your time to give evidence that we live on a flat Earth. Nothing else. Go for it.
No, this is about debunking your 12 experiments.
That's the next section, actually.
No.
So
this is about debunking your experiments. The 12 experiments that you say prove the Earth is a spinning ball. That's the whole premise of what you call this false dichotomy, Saya, right? So I have a presentation here that goes through each and every single one of your so-called experiments and debunks them.
Cool. That's the next section. So
no, it's not.
Okay. So if you don't want to follow the rules of the debate, then the debate's going to be over. I am giving you the red carpet right now. I'm giving you the stage to make a case that we live on a flat Earth. It sounds like you can't do it.
No, I have the next section after debunking your 12 experiments is me debunking 12 things about the globe. And I can probably do that without saying the word globe.
Well, okay. You just mentioned you just mentioned globe. So that section of the debate is over.
You were still discussing the rules.
Yeah, we hadn't. No, even before I got my opportunity to say that we're on a plane without using the word globe. Oh no, we were still talking about the rules. Well, it's worse when it gets to you.
We haven't even begun. I'm letting you know that I have a presentation that can debunk it without me needing to use that word.
Well, unfortunately, we're going to move on to the next section now, which is the 12 experiments, because you were unable to make a case for flat Earth, which is unfortunate. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to pull up for everybody to see.
So
Stand
bad.
by. I'm going to pull up a list of all 12 experiments. And then here we go. Okay, so here are the 12 final experiments. And let's see here. Which one do I want to talk about with you? I would like to talk about southern flights.
All right. Well, until we actually have the opportunity to debunk every single one of these, this is not final, but I will go ahead and address that one thing for you.
Great.
I'm going to need to screen share again.
You're going to talk about southern flights?
Yes.
Okay, great. So before you, let's see, before you screen share, let's see here. I want to help people understand that we have nonstop flights in the southern hemisphere.
This is bad.
And those are very difficult to make sense of on a flat Earth. So go ahead.
On a pressurized pizza dome.
Let me get
Strawman
the
again.
tab back up here.
It's not screen sharing. It's all jumbled
Okay,
up.
how do nonstop southern hemisphere flights work on a flat Earth?
Here, am I presented?
Yep.
Because here we go. What is not a scientific experiment? Statements like maps on the globe exist because the globe exists is circular reasoning. General attacks on flat earthers not having a map or model. Assertions that science is prediction without performing. This is what ChatGPT said after reading the transcript from your video.
Okay, that's okay. I want to know what you think, Jason, about southern hemisphere flights, not ChatGPT.
The straw man setup is that you're targeting the Gleason map, a single pole azimuth equidistant projection, because it only has one pole.
Would you like to share a map, Jason, that you think makes sense of southern flights?
Like you're invited on his channel to debate, and he's just talking right over you as much as he wants, over and over again, filibustering, talking over you, committing fallacies, talking about this is all about donations to the Exodus Road. What an absolute joke.
Yeah, that's the way he played it.
Yes or no?
This right here is a 2-scale projection of.
Hey, Jason, would you like to share a map if you don't like the AE map? Would you like to share a map?
That's he's literally looking at it.
He's not intelligent enough to understand what a coordinate system is.
This is the latitude and longitude coordinate system projected to scale. To scale. It's right there, everybody. I mean, how dumb do you got to be to not realize that I'm showing him the coordinate system right there.
Hey, Jason, would you like to share a map if you don't like the AE map? Would you like to share a map where southern flights work? Yes or no?
So this is a flight with a Haversine formula applied. They call it a great circle route.
That's the northern hemisphere, Jason. We're talking about the southern hemisphere.
Again, he won't even let you talk. He wouldn't even let you, not even 1 minute. Jason, trying to talk down to you. If Will was standing on truth, the powerful man, mighty man of truth, he wouldn't have to cheat and act like this.
All right. So just want to point out, everybody, this right here, it's not a globe because all the continents are on here right now. Everybody understands that on a globe, half of it would be on the back, right? This is a flat surface, like the onion projection. It's the closest we can get. This is a mole weed. The onion's a little bit more true to scale at the poles, but so yeah, I'm showing how it looks on what we use.
Topic, please.
This right here is a southern flight. This would be from Sydney to Santiago.
Yep, that's a globe map, by the way.
This is it on our projection.
That's not your projection.
Yes, it is. This right here is the coordinate system of Earth projected to scale. And the closest thing that I can show you is a mole weed, which has a little bit of distortion at the top here. This is the closest thing that I can show you to it. But this actually shows the flight on a 2-scale projection of the coordinate system using the Haversine formula, because as you can see, the latitudes get shorter as you go towards the South Pole.
I'm
so by
looking
taking
at
advantage of going closer to the pole, you can actually make a shorter route by this curved path than a direct path between the two places.
I'm looking at
This
a
is all
very
things-
oblate spheroid, so it sounds
What? One-sided sphere? How do you do that?
A one-sided sphere. Yeah, this has got everything, everybody. There's no backside to this. No backside.
like we're on the same page here.
I am showing you right here what a 2-scale projection of Earth's coordinate system looks like. This is 21,600 nautical miles wide and 10,800 nautical miles from the North Pole to the South Pole. This is all of Earth. This is it. You can actually get a square footage measurement off of this. This takes everything in the coordinate system into consideration.
Okay, I'm just going to be honest with you, Jason. I don't think anybody is any closer to understanding how Southern flights work.
He just totally misses everything you say and just says no one understands.
Yeah.
Wow.
If he's too dumb to understand, I guess.
Work on a flat Earth. They saw you put up globes and globe projection maps.
Nope.
All of your followers who have been in my
Here's a
comments and I've seen your
that's a
map
globe.
are wondering right now why you're not showing your actual map.
None
and we
of
all know
our
why,
followers, nobody that participates in our chat right now, Will, you're outright on top of a lie on top of a lie. No one is wondering. We showed you the map right here. We can navigate without even having the land masses on it. Everywhere. Will.
which is
show
that
us that
Southern
on your
flights don't
globe.
work on it.
This is right here, a 2-pole projection of Earth. So tell me which flight you want to do. I'll do right now from South Africa over to
You're not
Sydney.
ready to
So
give
I
I'll-
just want to see.
Yeah, I'll jump ahead because at first
it can only be accurate to whatever longitude it's centered for, but what I'm going to do is show you a south flight from South Africa to Sydney, Australia. And so
back in the day, all we had was one stereographic projection of Earth, and it was centered to France. It just came that way.
One shot.
And the thing is once we've had this tool, now we can move it anywhere we need to, and you have to move it because it only draws the area that you've clicked on accurately, because you can see here that the size of these latitudes and longitudes, the only way they can be drawn accurately is to be centered to you.
Yeah.
All right, that's the only way.
So wherever you click right here, the coordinate system has to redraw in order to actually get the correct sizes of the latitudes and longitudes. So as you click around here, this is the actual path that a plane, a boat, a swimmer that would take to go from Cape Town over to Sydney, Australia right here. And if you notice, because the coordinate system can only be drawn to scale to whatever it is that you're clicked on, you can never get to a boundary.
Okay, real
Now,
quick.
this isn't just an issue for us. This is an issue for every
That was a
person
big
in the
point you
world.
made.
Hey, Jason.
So you
Can't
just
get to a boundary.
you just talked about navigating throughout a virtual reality with this is your coordinate system. These are your land masses, and you never actually get to an edge. Creation stays centered around you. Keep going, please. And you know what I think we'll end up doing is this is going to be broken into multiple parts. Today, we're just going to focus on your part specifically. I think that'll be good enough for now for the beginning of this, right?
All right, sure.
Do you agree?
Sure.
Okay.
Because this is Earth's coordinate system right here.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
When you were moving the map, at one point, half of the United States was split up. Can you please explain how that works? Half of the United States was on the left side, half the United States was on the right side. Is that
I've
what you're
already
saying?
explained it, but I'll explain it again to you.
Okay, great.
So the Earth's coordinate system, whenever you click on it, it is only drawing this area right here that is centered accurately to scale. If I click over here, right, it is drawing this area accurately to scale. If I click over here, it is drawing this area accurately to scale. You don't have to worry about anything else around here, because the only way Earth's coordinate system can be drawn is if you actually center it to yourself.
Okay.
So there is no possibility of getting to a border, because the coordinate system, this is a virtual reality. I don't know if have you ever heard of a virtual reality before?
Yes, I have.
Do you understand how they work?
I do not know.
Okay, they have a 3D Cartesian.
So in some of the early virtual reality operating systems that you can go to today, what you're going to do is you're going to put on gloves, you're going to put on a helmet with it'll have vision inside of it, and it'll have headphones, and you'll be inside of a bowl, and you're going to have slidey pads on your feet. And as you move your feet like this, you're going to actually transition throughout the virtual reality that you've plugged into. So you stay centered, and the virtual reality moves around you, the observer. That's the way we've actually built it today. You can go and find in your cities and towns near you places that actually have these systems set up, and you just stand there, and as you move, your character follows the path and direction that you choose. Okay, Jason's explaining it to him that there's no wall, you don't hit a boundary, there's no Pac-Man, there's all of their different so when they're unable to actually defend our argument, all they can do is mock, ridicule, and try to shame us with stupid mind control tactics, weak psychological magic. And that's why you've created this debate upcoming with such stringent rules, where we don't have any of this nonsense. It's just going to be about straight facts. And so we're almost to the end of your presentation, and it's clear that everything that Will could possibly do here to stutter you, to say nobody gets it, to, how are you going to get Jason's virtual reality that he spent 15 years thinking about? You're not just going to pick it up in a 2-second debate because the next person wants to donate to the Exodus Road. For someone to imply that, the way that he ran this was the weakest stance that you could possibly ever come to the table with. And it shows.
Yeah.
Coordinate system in it. And if you want to have a sky as we do, right, this is how it works. This is what they use. It's existing technology already.
Okay. Hey, Jason, I appreciate it. I think I don't think what you said is going to be convincing to anybody, but we got to move on.
All right. Well, this is not a final debate. In fact, the document that I have gone through and examined all 12 of your experiments, and we have debunks of every single one of them. I had 12 debunks of the globe prepared, and then if you made it through all that, I was going to show you how the SBVR model explains all 12 of your experiments.
Thank you.
But I guess we will have to do that on our own. And sayonara to you.
Thank you. Bye. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, awesome. So good news is we have just raised $250 for the Exodus.
So none of that's necessary. He didn't get enough flat earthers to have $250 add up to $10,000.
He had 15.
He ended up giving the $10,000. So this whole rushing to get through all these flat earthers, that was just to be able to cut people off. That's the only reason they had that charity thing, is just to be able to cut people off.
Yeah.
Sad.
It's really easy to see. And the only people that don't see it when he was in his Tesla are the people that are within the cult, that are brainwashed, that are following the Jesuitical Vatican theory that Earth is a Big Bang heliocentric cosmology. They are duped, they are fooled, they are deceived by Will Duffy and his lying, deceiving lips. That's what he's going around doing, spewing filth, hatred, setting up tricks, fallacies, strawmans. A man of power, a man of truth like you came to the table, you had your presentation ready to go, and you were honest, you were upfront, you didn't ignore, you didn't interrupt, right? And on the other hand, you had Will Duffy playing the snickering snake oil salesman, and everybody outside of his echo chamber can see it. Absolutely. And everybody outside of that echo chamber is going to see every move that moves forward as well. So Jason, my last words on your participation was that it was great that you went first. I appreciated that. So I was able to, see the tactics, and I appreciate it. It's always the hardest for the first person in. I'll give a quick shout out, which we're going to go into this in another podcast. We'll be getting to Jerry and Bronnick's part, and I'm grateful that the two of them joined. And YD, but she didn't have her camera on her Mac Mini, so Will wouldn't let her on. He wouldn't let on a bunch of people. But so what I got from that, Jason, was you absolutely explained, right, how Southern flights work on a flat plane perfectly, very concise, very accurately, in a rational and calm presented way. He didn't even allow you to give any flat earth evidence. He mocked you, talked over you, and continued to filibuster with, we've got no time because we're raising money for protecting trafficked women and children, when it was supposed to be a debate that just happened to be supporting a charity, right? So again, thank you for everything that you did leading the way, Jason. Great explanation on how you can't get to a boundary. That is key. That is key right there for anybody that's tuning in. If you take anything away from today's podcast, understanding that inside of a virtual reality, there's no wall that you hit inside the game, right? You don't get to the edge of town, you can't go anymore. Okay. And we're going to be learning more about that in the upcoming weeks.
That was great. I look forward to getting to Bronnick, Jerry, and your part. You did fantastic as well. So we'll just have to save that for another podcast, right?
Yeah. So, what are your last thoughts? How
I'm glad Will's gone. I mean, that's great news. I don't know. They haven't released a documentary yet. I mean, there's a trailer for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just flopped or if they were waiting to put this in it as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So we'll have to address that when that comes along. But
so
yeah, we've got a lot of things cooking now. This has given us the opportunity to really hammer on Craig and McToon and and beat them up at their own game because they think that they came up with experiments to prove we're on a spinning spaceball, and they didn't. Nope.
Absolutely. And so we did have someone in the chat, IC Spin, was defending Will and asked what would have been a better way to host a donation stream debate. Assume Will wanted to raise money and wanted to incentivize quote unquote flat earthers to participate. Do you want to respond to that?
Tying this to charity is just, it's ridiculous. Like, I mean, if you want to go raise money for a charity, do that. But if you're having a debate on the true shape and nature of reality, do that. Like, have focus, have rules, everybody needs to be able to present. This is it's going to take hours and hours to go through all this information, rushing through with some sort of fundraiser type shenanigans. That's the worst thing he could have possibly done. It just delegitimized the whole thing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, time and time again, Jason, what we see, the rulers, people who have been given this realm to do what they will with it, they come up with these discreditable characters that clearly discredit themselves the entire way through. It's like weak magic. It's pathetic, really. Once you see through the trick, you see him palming the card, oh, he's got the key swallowed. I seen him spit it out to get the handcuffs off. Once you see the trick, that you can't fool the audience again. And all of his tricks are just beyond obvious. So again, thank you, Jason, for your participation. And I'm really excited to get into the battlefield. We haven't done any debates for a while, and it's time. And Craig McNeil fight for the fat Earth, right? The chubbier below the equator Earth, the fat Earth, the globe that they believe they live on, flying through infinite outer space, which is a vacuum, versus virtual reality that was just completely created and completely laid out perfectly, scripture for scripture. We when we ask them how was man created, right? Oh, it was an amoeba, a single cell organism, somehow split into two, and then everything was created. Like a jumbo jet was just created. A tornado flies across a junkyard, and after the tornado goes away, evolutionists have to tell you that there was a fully functioning flying 747 assembled from that tornado. Okay, we're going to be showing you how everything is completely made, completely designed, and you're an avatar suit. You are the consciousness behind it, considering that you're not an NPC inside of virtual reality. And it's going to be great, right, Jay? I'm really looking forward to the debates. Just a couple of weeks, right? Maybe 3 weeks.
I see a comment popping up here, Sphere VR or not. So a lot of people are saying, well, if Earth's a virtual reality, Earth can still be a spinning space ball. Well, no, because all the measurements are coming from a fixed and stationary plane. So could hypothetically Earth be a spinning space ball in a virtual reality? I'm sure there is a way that you could actually, with a VR, do something like that, but it's not, right? The evidence is that Earth is fixed and stationary. There is no curvature. And so it's not. There's Earth's not a ball. It's not. Sorry, everybody.
Unfortunately, for the people that want to believe in it, it's not that. But again, thank you to everyone for participating in the chat, especially YD, the moderator with the most, and to you, Jason, the host with the most. What a great day.
All right. Where's the only place people are going to get this content?
Only on the Yahawashai News Networks.